In other news, South Korea's state-run think tank says economic concerns linger over declining exports and sluggish domestic demand. It also remains to be seen how much China's reopening plays out. Our Lee Soo-jin has more.
Economic turbulence in South Korea remains. That's according to the Korea Development Institute in a report released on Wednesday. The nation's economic slowdown continues as reduced demand for semiconductors has put a dampener on the manufacturing sector. The semiconductor industry contracted due to shipments falling by 44.2% and inventories surging 39.5% from a year earlier in January. Growth in overall production was down 0.8% in January, reversing from a rise of 0.7% the previous month. Slow retail sales and service sector production suggest weak consumer spending. Retail sales remain sluggish as sales of durable goods such as home appliances, communication devices, and computers fell. Production in the service sector slowed from 6.7% to 5.9% in January because of declines in accommodation and food services, as well as financial and insurance services. The Consumer Sentiment Index stood at 90.2 last month, down from 90.7 in January. The report also stated that housing market declines could hamper recovery in the construction sector. The institute noted that while the outlook on the global economy is becoming more optimistic following China's reopening, South Korea's exports to China are experiencing a steeper decline. It widened from 29.8% in January to slightly more than 31% last month. Despite disruptions in the global supply chain easing, major countries such as the US and the UK are still experiencing elevated core price inflation. Lee Soo-jin, Arirang News.